Are we back? I don't know what to do. Is my internet working? My internet looks like it's working. Well, and this is... Okay. I think we're back? Uh-oh. Okay, we're back. We back! Uh-oh. Now I'm offline.
How people with medical conditions see the world.
Nice fish. My fishing is broken. I don't know what's going on with my fishing. Okay. Okay. I guess if we're back, we're back. I'm gonna open Photoshop, but let me turn my screen off for a second, because I can't remember if I have like doxing things on there. Let's pull this closer. What are you arting, Lumpy? Do tell, do tell. What? There it is. Okay. Screen will be back shortly. Fanrail. Okay, and then a bit of writing. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Is anybody else arting? Doing the arts? Is that Baked's way of saying you also will be arting? I think that response was too fast. First, I must do chores like the good little docile suburbanite that I am. Olivia is doing the works. Very nice. Good job. Good job, Olivia. I always forget how long Photoshop takes to re-emerge from the depths. Come on, Photoshop. I believe in you. You can do it. You're strong. You're capable. Let's see. Maybe I'll turn screen back on until it opens itself a little more. So I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. I think I should make a Photoshop file the size of this thing, and then import this, and then start drawing over these little doodahs. That's probably right. That'll give me the best context for what I'm doing. Should probably move my mic over a little bit. Okay. Okay, Photoshop is opening. Pausers. That's funny. OBS is like now just telling me that I'm live again. Okay, we're good. Nothing doxing here. Glad I changed my name on this. Because that would have been a little jump scare. Where are we? We're here. And one more. Okay, this we will call Spire's concept. Oh. Okay. That was quite something. I feel like maybe that one should be an absurd. Wisdom of the day. To be human is to know sadness. Owning our sadness is courageous and a necessary step in finding, I think, our way back to ourselves. And then I missed the end of it. And each other. So that one spoke to me today. So I have this Brené Brown book, actually lent to me by our friend Cole, who's in chat sometimes. So that's where I've been looking for the wisdom of the days. That one spoke to me today because I think it can feel very comfortable to like run away from sad things. But I think in a lot of ways, that ends up just hiding things from us. We look for ways to cover the sadnesses up, and then that covers up part of ourselves because we're feeling that way for a reason. So then that sort of hides from us what it is that we're reacting to in a lot of ways, I think. Okay. I'm looking at our grid here too. Maybe their space shrinks a little bit. What is it right now? It's 6 by 5. I liked the asymmetry. Maybe it goes 5 by 7, and it sort of takes that zone. And then this guy's gonna move over here. He's gonna move over here. Okay, yeah, I think we're gonna intrude a little bit into their space with their spires today. Okay, let's start with black. I think the opacity being low is good because we're just gonna kind of be sketching over stuff today. Indeed, my parents taught me to always face my problems head on. So much so that now I've been told I'm a bit relentless about fixing stuff. I feel like there's that phrase about like everything in moderation. Anything taken to extremes can kind of... Maybe we want to go just jump right into gold. Let's see if we can find but the upside is that I have a well-ordered life. Yeah. So maybe I'm thinking something like this, but I think maybe it's actually like a slightly bent in form. I don't know why I'm thinking that. But I think something like that feels more right to me. And then I don't know if it comes up to a kind of spiring. This feels right. Lumpy says, I splurged a little following the recommendation of a friend, reading reviews, and budgeting for it. I splurged. What did you splurge on? Look. Okay, so that feels maybe correct. $230 trainers. Well, I mean, you have a lot of foot complications going on, Lumpy, so I feel like taking care of your feet are an important thing for you. Okay, and then we're gonna have like a rocket shippy kind of one. Saw a pair in the wild, and the lady said they were indeed superior to other brands. Okay, what brand? Hoka. I've heard so many things about Hoka, so I feel like you were kind of like led well. You haven't been misled about it. Okay, let's see. This... yeah. I think this is right. And then this one is maybe the weird one. I wonder if we go with like... they're kind of a spiral, disaggregated. Only 30 minutes left, let's go! You got this, Olivia. I think this is like too broad or something. The other ones are more contained. starting to think that this red square here for the middle should actually be pushed back. Let's see if we can kind of like scuff in a view of that. So that would be all of this. Would go
100 in Terrell. Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead.
Is dead.
The temperature, the heat index right now in McKinney is 10,000. What is that? 101,105. It's hot in McKinney.
It's hot in McKinney. So like this. That's an idea. Okay. In which case, what? Then this would move up. What is it? V? Yeah. So about there. Maybe it's that, or maybe these are stepped. I can play with that more later. Okay. Okay, so I think we want like a spiral here. Bring this back down. Oh, this part of a spiral is always hard to draw. Let's see, this is coming here, here. There we go. Yeah, it's just a sine wave, right? Where is it? I think so. And then in here, let's see, I do need to start thinking about what size each of these squares is. How many across are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and a half. So each of these is, what is 24 divided by 10? 2.5. Slightly less than 2.4 inches, which is, call it like 2.3. Okay, let's get in here and erase this part here. Okay, 2 and some inches yeah, about like that big. Okay. So that's some significant space to work with. One down here to anchor it, I think. Let's see, maybe this flares out at the bottom too. I kind of like that. This one's like suspended above. Aw, I like hanging out with you too, Olivia. Thank you for being here. I don't know quite how these planes like really articulate themselves. It's like maybe I almost want these to sort of like feel Matrix-like. Like little danglies. Little dangly lines. All this stuff will end up being dots and lines anyway. That's right, maybe it's... I think we can pump up our opacity some. Let's go for 35. So it's kind of like these spaces that are not spaces, but they are spaces. I could see this. I could see it. It's kind of cute. What does that feel like zoomed out? I think that's the right suggestion. Let's see if we put another one near it, what does that do? Do they maybe start to bleed too much, or is that okay also? And then let's articulate this little doodad coming out of here. This maybe wants to read as like staircase. I'm kind of getting like Tower of Babel vibes, like digital Tower of Babel, which I'm kind of enjoying. So is there any of this that we can like pull over somehow? Or is it already kind of like there enough? Oh, I'm so glad, Lumpy. I'm glad the chill vibes are doing it for y'all. And then what? We would kind of see the staircase interceding here. And that, I guess, is how we start to establish the space of it more. Okay, let's get a sense of what our line weight size is here, because I think we actually have much more space to play with than this is feeling. Like, we might even be able to do little numbers. So if that is 2 inches across, 2.2, call half of it 1.1 inch. A quarter, we're basically going to be at a half. An eighth, we're at a quarter, so we're always a little bit above. 16th is an eighth. And so one of these lines here is probably being represented as a 16th inch. And really the line weight is probably more like a 64th. Okay. Okay, cool. That is good to know. So our line weight really might even be down at this size of the pixel. In which case, we could do... We could go full matrix mode. Trying to remember what some of the other symbols are there. Okay, the larger size line weight is probably good for mapping some of it out, though. Okay, cool. I think that's gonna be kind of cool when we get to it. I do start to wonder if maybe the Zuck tower goes in the middle, though. Because we have two things that are sort of more like, feel more classically like buildings, and then we have this thing that is starting to feel like Amorphous Tower of Babel or something. But I sort of liked Zuck's tower being closest to this, the eyeball. Thinky thoughts, things to think. We can play with it. Okay, what does...
I'm 2 days into gooning and I'm 3 edges behind.
And here comes this to just destroy the cozy. Turn it into perversion.
I wake up and I'm gooning, and I wake up to my edge, and I wake up and I'm mewing, but I'll be Sigma when I'm old. See, I don't like breaking streaks, but I can't control my edge, so I just joke around to keep my head down and hope I don't explode. And everybody's telling me that I'm doing so well.
I try to wisdom honestly, I find it hard to joke. If I watch speed or I watch sketch, I try my best, I try my best. I tell myself, I say aloud, it's fine, I'll goon until I edge. I tend to forget, I'm still only quite young.
In a way, this gooning life has only just begun.
I've got Riz.
I've got Riz.
Okay, I like this starting to go kind of like spiky. It's almost feeling Tower of Surani or something. I did kind of want to have more... I wanted somewhere for there to be like expression of opulence. And for some reason, balcony pool is what's doing that for me. I can't just repeat a bunch of balcony pools though. And I sort of like the there's like a fortified kind of vibe that this is starting to give me. And I think that's right. This idea of kind of retreat into fortification. The groundscape is also something that will need to be thought about. What would a balcony pool look like up here? My brain is almost going like Avengers Tower a little bit. Nice cute. Thank you for the cute. Some gargantuan opening here. Nice peepee grab. Let's go back down to our small size, or smaller size. I think this whole thing is kind of like... maybe there's an element of it that's like World Trade Center pinched. So it has like the long, smooth sort of glass lines that come down. And then up here, struggling with how to articulate the opulence. The escapist, the protectionist, and the derealist or something. Let's see this edge here. Would be something else. It almost feels like a little like princess tower too, which is kind of cute. Dark princess. Okay, we'll bump back up to 6.
What we're gonna do right here is go back.
Go way back. Olivia says, I'm going to start getting my stuff together to head home. I'll hop back in around the top of the hour. Okay. I hope you have a good trip home, a good very end of your work. And yeah, I hope you travel safely. Let's see. Let's switch up our music. Or this is the second repeat of it. So I was looking to cut it off. So I was going to switch to movement at 6:30. So then we could do community games at 7. But I'm kind of in a flow here. So maybe we... I'm also kind of digging this music. Let's stick with the music and let's see if maybe we want to go another 15 minutes past or something like that. Oops. Okay, a lot of this stuff looks super scuff. But that's okay, we're still deep in the concept phase. Ooh, I wonder if this almost gets like a moat. It's sort of like that level of protectionism. So maybe that is what happens. This is the kind of side of the building that opens to the rest of the world. So we get kind of like a gate. Moated gate here. Okay. So there's like the sliver of ground here. And this will go down into... We'll go smaller line for that one. I think I'm liking where some of this is going. I wasn't sure that whatever ideas were kicking around in my head were going to make sense for any of these spires, but I think it's beginning to vibe. Okay. Knock our line weight down. I'm not sure this really reads as water yet, but the idea is there anyway. It's probably closer to that line than this line. In terms of its jitteriness. Okay, right, and then we'd have like little peaks on the water. what kind of articulation to give this stuff down here is sort of a question. Is that like stone? Are there more towers? Is there like... this being the gated entrance? I think maybe. Okay, this is interesting because it is starting to give us our first sort of assertion of what a person scale might be here. I'm gonna draw a little person in here. Stick figure. Okay. Something like that. Get some more of these lines on here. Maybe I'm getting too casual with these lines. Should I be slightly more careful? Luna, hi! How are you doing? It's good to see you. We are coming in on the end of our little art section here. But how was your weekend? And how's your day? We're trying to sketch in right now. We've labeled this part of the artwork the spires of capitalist desire. And so there's one tower or one spire for each of our apocalyptic anti-heroes up at the top. So it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough right now. But just trying to give ourselves placeholder ideas of what these things might look like. Heyo, doing all right. That looks so cool though. Just busy taking care of the house. Yeah, I hear that. Man, houses are so much work. And even where houses are just apartments or condos, they are so much work. I'm tempted to, instead of it being like, ooh, okay, I think this is a neat idea, actually. I think instead of this being a spire, it's maybe like an orb. So now my brain is almost going kind of like Wizard Tower. Maybe this is too much contending with the symbolism of the eyeball. But I think of Bezos as like the great data aggregator. You know, it's like, yo, dude, what's up? Dent says, it's my day off Twitch, but I wanted to say hi and I love you and enjoy your stream. Oh, thank you. Huggies. Get in here. Get in here for a little hug, dude. Yeah, right there. Okay, that was perfect. I hope you enjoy your day off Twitch. I totally understand the need for such a thing. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, so it's like this time of year, I realized it's like about now where normally I just like disappear from Twitch for like a week. Like I disappear from Twitch, I disappear from Discord, and it's like the one of the 52 weeks of the year where I just like, I don't know, it's like the whole thing. I'm just like, "Argh." And I can like feel a little, there's a little piece of myself where like I haven't been very active in Discords for the past week or so. And I think this is what it is. It's like, it's my time of the year. I like the idea of having one day a week off Twitch. That sounds actually much healthier. But yeah, with his sort of like, speaking of Bezos's tower here, it's like his data aggregation is for essentially like trying to see the future, right? It's like trying to predict every trend, trying to predict every market demand. And more than that, like using that knowledge to try to shape where things are going. So yeah, I take Mondays off, but I say hi to a couple homies just to let them know I'm around. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad you said hello, Dent. It made me happy. You sparked a dopamine center in my brain. So I think that feels right, and I think that makes the protectionism that's going on make more sense almost. So he's got like this little orb that will be up here. Let's see, let's go big. Let's go big again. How big was the right big? I think 6. Oops. Smoke bomb. Very slow run back into the shadows. We saw nothing. What was that? It's like a magician came and disappeared. Okay. Try to get a reasonable-ish circle here. Yeah, reasonable-ish. Let's take our opacity down, though. We'll go back to 12. And then I don't know if we can like pack a symbol inside of this. My brain wants to go I, but then it's really starting to challenge that the actual AI up there. Should the AI be an I even? Maybe it should be a brain. These are things to think about. Maybe it does want to be a brain, like a digital looking brain. Okay. Does that just look goofy? Ah? I don't think so. I think it'll work. I think it'll work. Can we give any character to the Musk Rocket? To our escapist here. Let's bring our opacity back up. Let's look back at there's something whimsical here. I think there's an element of whimsy that we're trying to capture a little bit. It's like their distorted whimsy, right? That then kind of, I don't know, I guess I read this as like the third panel of the triptych, where what started off beautiful and became this kind of crowded, wild, starting to go off the rails kind of thing, then dissolves into destruction. I think the sort of like stacked balls kind of was reading whimsy. I think in kind of our like little pointy elements in the Bezos Tower, we have whimsy. Yeah, I think this is it. Okay. And then how does this translate onto the main structure? Would be my next question. We'll get these finished out first, though. Our little rocket engines. Cookie, cookie. So one of my favorite things in like the cockatiel community is there's this song that sort of went around, right? And birds are like good at learning songs from other birds, right? And so there was this song, Cookie Cookie, and it just, I forget the rest of it, but, and I can't sing anyway, so I can't really do it justice. But it was like a pretty captivating song, right? And so then cockatiel owners would play that song for other cockatiel, for their cockatiels. And so there's like this whole digital bird song movement where this song just kind of like moved around this giant interconnected web of cockatiels. Maybe we're getting too whimsy here. We'll see. These things aren't necessarily supposed to like make sense as buildings or as the objects they are. You can never have enough whimsy. And then, I don't know, I feel like there's like, we have different like, maybe there's like a command level here or something where we have a bunch of these sort of like windows wrapping around. I want to call them porticos. I don't think that's the right word. I don't think that's the word for that. Let's see, that one got too big. We'll just jam another one in there for now. Okay, interesting. So maybe all of them have like this upper zone where something unique is happening. And then what? Do we articulate the rest of this thing with... Oops. I'm wondering if it gets like lines of rivets or something. Maybe this thing is actually like way more geometrical so that it's like Cybertruck dumpster on wheel vibes, you know? Maybe in that vein, these wouldn't be circular porticos, but they would be sort of like this band of window. Maybe that's more right? Does this start to conflict too much with our whimsy elements? Okay, I think this is a great place to stop for today. I was gonna say that we should move this back over into our Illustrator file, but we can just save, we can save the PNG out of this, and that will be our PNG for the day. Quick export PNG. Okay, I think I need to hide my screen just in case. Just in case. Okay. Very good. So there we go, y'all. That is our progress for the day. We started with this. And we ended with this. I think this will be neat. So I think the next area that we turn is maybe kind of on this same line here. This purple area over here is intended to be sort of like the older version of these things. So the kind of temples of old religion or old mythology, something like that. I like the idea that sort of along this line at our horizon between ground and sky are yeah, these kind of built spaces that house, I don't know what it is, the human ambition to transcend. And I think the idea here is that the control of those ideas this idea of sort of transcending the earth that we are born onto, become our kind of integral in the destruction of something important, and integral in the kind of chaos that I think we'll be trying to render down here at the bottom. So yeah, maybe we'll have like a gothic-y looking cathedral in one of those squares. I'll have to put some thought into that. There could be sort of a box for each of the 3 Judeo-Christian religions, and then yeah, we could look for like Hindu temple, or and we'll have to decide who gets like pushed off the screen and who doesn't. There's always a risk also that we're starting to like really offend people. With sort of the commentary in the piece, I guess, but as part of it, that's part of doing stuff, I suppose. Yeah, okay. We're gonna move over into our movement section. So what does that mean? Let's move over. Let's move over. Beepity boop ba beep ba boop boop. Beepity boop ba boop ba boop boop. Boop 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 ba beep ba boop boop. Boop boop boop. Okay. Enough of me beeping and booping.